I am so tired. I look crazy. And it was a very long weekend and I was with a really painful sick. But today's gonna be a little wild. So it's 5:58 in the morning. We're doing skincare and teeth. And then I need to go walk the dog and go to the gym. So let's start our day off like we always do with a 1.5 mile walk, some eggs, read the daily news, and then go to the gym. So happy Monday.
Look at how dirty this floor is. We have so much to do today, and I've been trying to clean. Betty, look at me. What did you just eat? Betty. Excuse me. I forgot to film B-roll of our walk, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, crazy times. All right, it is gym time, and I'm sunburnt as hell. So, the regulars that are always in the gym at this time are gonna be like, what the fuck? Anyway, let's go hit arms and back. We're post-gym cuddling with Ducky. It's time to, oh my God, what the fuck? I look insane. I had a hot dog yesterday, and I will tell you that definitely did not help with the arm pump, but it's like, I think 7:25. So I need to make coffee and sit down and start working because I'm probably gonna have to go into the vet and I'll probably lose time working. And like I already told y'all, we have a lot to do today. So I'm already scattered and it's 7:30. I've been up for like an hour and a half. And I'm already like approaching red panic. So I might do eye patches. I've been like putting them off because I want to do it as a self-care thing. And I'm like, when are we gonna get more self-care, like more in need of self-care than I am at the moment? Like at that point, just go out and get another set of eye patches. I got them as a in a bridesmaid gift in a wedding I was in back in February. Let's see if they're right here. They're like very pillowy and soft. Let me grab my to-do list, and while we put these on, we'll talk about the day. How about that? So first of all, some people watching this might be like, why didn't you just work the weekend? Well, I did a little bit, but I also had a lot of commitments this weekend. I was meeting some of my boyfriend's extended family, and I had my friend's birthday on Saturday that I just showed up for like, I think it was like 2 hours I was there. So I just kind of made an appearance. And then my cat has been sick. That's why we're going to the vet. We talked about that already. So like, that was also kind of occupying me mentally a bit. And then a long time ago, I told my friend I would help her work her first ever vendor market. And she tells me on Thursday, I was thinking, so the market is from 10 to 4. I was thinking that I would have to show up at like 9 or 8:30. She tells me that she has to pick me up at 6:45 in the morning. I was like, oh, okay. Good to know that. Good to know that. Oops, they both fell. So anywho, I worked that yesterday from, like I was up at 6:45, worked it until 4, and then we had to tear down, and then I had to walk home. No one had room in their car for me, and I live like a half mile from the venue, but I also bought a couple things there, so I was like lugging these large wooden platters home and some frames. Anywho, yeah, so I got back, and then me and my boyfriend meal prep every week, and so we had to meal prep because he had been busy all day as well. So we meal prepped, and then I had to eat, walk the pup. By then it's 7:30. I was actually supposed to have a call at 7:30, and I got blown off, which was a good thing because I knocked out about an hour and a half of to-dos, and then I was genuinely like, my eyes were closing, so I was just like, we have to go to bed. So I went to bed. Now today, we have a meeting from 10 to 11 that I am supposed to be leading. I have a meeting from 11 to 11:30 with a Google person, which I could cancel on him, but I've canceled on him a lot. A call from 12 to 12:30, a call from 1 to 2, and a call from 2:30 to 3. And I have to fit the vet in. So like someone's getting canceled on. That's all I know. Yeah. So now let's talk about to-dos. So just going down the list here, I haven't even prioritized these. I have social posts I have to put together for a client, and it's a conference week for them, so we have to plug the conference. It's probably 3 instead of 2 social posts. I have an invoice to send to pay my employees. I also have to pay myself. ideate content. So plan my content production plan is I ideate on Mondays, I script on Tuesdays, I film on Wednesdays, I edit on Fridays. I also have to put out 3 TikToks and a reel and show up on Instagram. I'm doing this. This is my YouTube video of the week, so I can cut that out. I can cut out the ideating, the scripting, all that, because I'm just gonna do a day in my life. My email is probably a mess. I was afraid to open it last night. I have meetings. I track time against them. I need to program some new products for a client. I have to pay my quarterly tax estimates for the state, which I cannot figure out. So I emailed my CPA and he hasn't gotten back to me. I emailed him last Wednesday and I haven't heard. I need to do some Mother's Day deliverables for an e-commerce client, like some Google search ads, updating their homepage header image, updating the Home Hero CTA. I have just some follow-ups to do with a client. One of my clients is launching a podcast, but the podcast isn't going to be affiliated with him or his company. He wants it to be its own brand. So we talked about some names that he likes. So my job is to come up with names, taglines, descriptions for people to react to, and then we're going to send it out to a small focus group. So I'm going to work on that today, but that could get pushed since he's going to be at a conference from tomorrow through Thursday. He's going to be offline, so he probably won't send this out today. I can actually remove this. It was a review project coordinator, so I'm hiring a project coordinator because I clearly need help. And I have an interview tomorrow, but I need to prep for that interview. I need to update one of my clients' backlogs for their project. So it's like the prioritization, the feature prioritization backlog. So once the product launches, we have all these features that we want to apply to it. And so we put it all in the backlog. And then as we approach launch, we'll start prioritizing that backlog. And then one of my clients for Google Ads is a higher education client, and their enrollment period for summer opens tomorrow. Now, I'm set to go on my end, but I'm just setting up the shells, and then they wanted to do the copywriting and the creative themselves. And I haven't heard shit about what is going on there. I'm gonna save this. So I need to check in on that because I feel like they're gonna give it all to me tomorrow at noon and be like, we need this live by 5. And I'm gonna be like, no. Anywho, I did go through and already, yesterday this looked a lot worse. So now I just need to figure out how I'm gonna get all of this done. I'm probably gonna have to work tonight, but I've been working nights for the past 3 weeks and kind of neglecting the business. So usually from 8 to 10 is my CEO block, and so I'm gonna keep that today. But I do have to interrupt that to call the vet when they open at 8. And then we track budget and all of that. So the 10 o'clock I have to lead, I'm pretty prepped for. I sent out an agenda. It's a small group. Yeah. Anyway, this is the eye mask I'm doing. It's Grace and Stella, and it's for dull under eyes. It's an illuminating eye mask. So I'm gonna keep this on probably until 8 and go make my coffee and start the CEO block a little early to maybe get ahead. But yeah, we're not checking email. We're not doing any of that until after. But since I'm stacked. I have to get my dog out too. This just sucks. I want to love this, but I'm having a hard time right now. This is tough. I'll check back in. Howdy. It is 9:50. I have this call in 10 minutes with a client. I think I feel pretty prepared for it as long as there aren't curveballs. Sometimes when you're a contractor, you miss out on little internal conversations. And so everybody else, I've had it happen before where I'm fully prepped for a call, I jump on, and they are on a completely different, the alignment has changed. I am no longer aligned. And I see us do this to vendors sometimes. And I always feel so bad because the vendors just look like so frustrated and confused. What the fuck happened? So somewhere that I try to shine as a project manager is keeping vendors updated on what is changing and what the kind of the direction of the internal conversations looks like, but without overwhelming them. Because, for example, one of our vendors is very reactive. If I tell their point of contact something, that person kind of freaks out and they're like, well, what does that mean for the schedule? What does that mean for this? What does that mean for that? I'm like, whoa, calm down. I'm just letting you know that this is what they're considering. There haven't been any changes yet. And that person is still just like, so you can cause noise. There's a very delicate balance to strike, and it's a case by case basis how I approach that. So anywho, I did a lot of social posting. My inbox is a disaster. Like, I need to probably put on headphones and power through that today. I don't know. This vlogging, I'm hoping, will like help me stay on course today. I'm pulling up my notes. Oops. Okay. So I did my CEO meeting. I did my weekly budget. Oh my gosh, I spent a lot of money last week. I also paid my share for a bachelorette party coming up in June, which was $330, which honestly is not that bad. There was another bachelorette party earlier this year that was going to cost me a couple grand, and I actually opted out of that because there was a lot going on financially at the time. And now that my business is like compounding and scaling, like a lot is happening now, I feel way more financially secure and probably could have done that if it was now. But like at that point, things were very uncertain for me. I was in a very weird spot. Here, this can help maybe with the lighting. Anywho, I also looked through, I had posted that I was like a year self-employed, I think at this time last week. And so I had like a lot of activity on that post, a lot of comments. So I just was making sure that I'd responded to everyone or reacted to everybody's comment, and also like reviewing who's interacting to see if there was any potential leads there. It doesn't seem like it, but the brand awareness alone is what I was going for. So we weren't expecting anything there. I had a couple content marketing leads come in, so I was following up with them. And then I also am rolling out a lead magnet. So I need to figure out how I want to A/B test it. I just put it on my Instagram story. It's a task management audit. So if you're watching and you need help prioritizing your tasks, let me know because I'm doing them for free. But it is a lead magnet. So like the idea is that, you know, you'll realize the value that my frameworks can bring, and you would bring me on for a larger engagement or refer me to somebody who could use those services. But I said it in my Instagram post, part of my mission in being a business owner is I want to help people work less but make more money. So like, I don't think the 5-day work week should exist, but I don't think that means that you shouldn't make the equivalent of what you would make in a 5-day work week, if that makes sense. I just think that there's a lot of inefficiencies and there's a lot of improvement, and that I'm trying to help change the landscape of work as we know it. That's really a big driver for me as a business owner. So anywho, I let my pup out. I got ready, obviously. I posted again on TikTok because I'm trying to post 3 times a day. So I posted my 2 like nurturing content. I'd post project management nurturing, marketing nurturing, and then some type of like viral video. And the viral videos, I'm gonna go away from like, I'm gonna put viral sounds on it and then just mute them. But I was following just trends and it felt very inauthentic. So now I'm just going to pivot those to be like helpful, valuable things. So today I have a side hustle idea because I feel like that's a very viral topic, so I can get discovered by more people, but I want to kind of keep it within the niche, right? And I also want to be delivering value and delivering on exactly what I said my mission is. So I'm going into 90 minutes of calls, and then I'm going to take a break to eat some lunch, let my dog out, and then I have another 30-minute call at noon, and then another break to walk my dog, do some emails, post that TikTok, and then I have an hour call, and then we have 30 minutes to work. We have a 30-minute call. We have a quick 15 minutes that I'm just gonna pay my employees, do my invoices, do my payroll in that like 15, 20 minutes of time. And then I take a break with my dog to take her out and enrich. And it looks like we're not gonna be going to the vet today. I spoke to the vet about my cat and some of the issues she was having. I think I mentioned earlier we might have to do a vet visit today. It's looking like no, unless something happens. So y'all are gonna be along for the ride today, so you're gonna stay updated. But with that said, I am going to pause here and take my 90 minutes of calls. So I'm gonna try to remember to be back later. I'm really bad at remembering once the day gets going. It's 11:34 and I need to add a to-do to my plate for the day. Yay! This is fine. Sorry, I just looked at my Chrome screen. The 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock was rough. So it's interesting as a consultant when I come in, and I kind of told you guys, like, clients can like bait and switch you a lot with their internal conversations. And that's what happened. And I just like, I had a feeling it was going to happen because every time I talked to these people about the meeting content, like the content or the topic that we were going to be discussing in this meeting, they had a different angle. And so my fear was that I was gonna walk in and it was gonna be just not what I thought at all. Compile notes and to-dos from call with Ari. So, sorry, this is here. We're gonna put this on Thursday. Okay. What am I saying? That's what happened. And it was a rough meeting. And everybody, you could just tell, was like not there, not in it at all whatsoever. My email is blowing up. I'm gonna jump off a bridge. This is fine. We're fine. I thought we were doing that. This is fine. And then I had a call with this Google Ads expert who was actually really, really helpful. I haven't even checked in with one of my clients yet today, which is not great. I need to do that. I'm gonna look at their Teams instance right now and see. But I need to eat something. They, of course, want a million freaking things. This is fine. I'm fine. This is fine. We're good. I'm gonna eat lunch. I'm gonna update this media page so this client shuts up because this conference they wanted updated for is literally tomorrow. Yeah. I'm so tired. I have a call at 12. It's 11:37. So we're gonna eat. We're gonna let the dog out. While we eat, we're gonna do this media page, and then we're gonna take this call. I will be back. I'm putting reminders to. I'm in the weeds, folks. Yeah, I need help. I just feel really taken advantage of by almost everybody in my life. Yeah. It's like one of those things where, like, how did I end up here? I love what I do, truly. But it's like, how can I enjoy it if I'm constantly scrambling? I need to check in with another client. I haven't looked at my email. I'm scared to look at my email. Okay. And you hear this popping out from the background. I'm gonna be up late working. I have to finish my book club book. I don't know what's going on. I will be back. It's 3:09. Hey there, so I apologize for dropping off. I got very overwhelmed yesterday. I did get through most of my to-dos. It's 9 a.m. the next day now, so it's Tuesday. This was not like a workout morning. I run with my boyfriend in the afternoons, so still woke up at 5:50, walked the dog, did the whole shebang, did my deep work, sent out what I thought was a very strong proposal, and now I'm about to get dressed. So on Tuesdays, since I run in the afternoon with my boyfriend, I put on workout clothes with just like a business casual top. So I'm doing, I don't know where these are from. This is an Athleta sports bra, and then just a white long sleeve boat neck. So I'm gonna get changed and then I'm gonna eat breakfast, walk my dog, and then I have an interview for my project coordinator position at 10. And then I have a little break, and then I have a 11 o'clock stand up. A little break, I think I have 11:30 to 12, and then I have a 12 to 1 training, and then I believe I have a 1 to 2 as well. Like today's just another crazy day, and today is also interesting because I don't end, but I take a break at 3 to let my dog out, and then me and my boyfriend run. And then I also have my book club tonight, which I'm kind of hoping gets canceled. There's been like a couple girls that said they couldn't come, but so far it looks like the majority can come. So potentially that will be happening from 5:30 to 7, and then I'll be coming home and probably working from like 8 to 10. So it's gonna be an interesting one, and I'll probably drop off again, and then I feel like I'll have enough content to make this a vlog. But yeah, that's kind of a picture of how today's gonna go. Anywho, okay, talk to you soon. So I apologize for sucking at my job. I fully intended to do a full day of my life Monday, and then I was like, all right, Tuesday we got this. I've been bogged down. Yesterday I made a hire for a project coordinator, and my hope is that that will make things easier. This is like a real raw look at inside the business, inside scaling a business. I'm going from 10K months to 20K months right now. It's a really weird spot to be in. Sorry. Today's the first day I feel like I'm not drowning completely, and I think it's because there's like this beacon of light with my coordinator coming on, and I think she's gonna be amazing. Talking to her, I felt like we just aligned super well. Yeah, anywho. So I'm gonna end it here, but I wanted to at least cap it. You got some raw looks into what I do throughout the day. I just did 2 hours of batching my content, and I'm taking an hour to edit this YouTube video, make sure it gets up tomorrow. And then at the same time, I'll be working on creating Instagram carousels while I get like the video exported. And then while it uploads, I'll be working on prepping some reels. And that's all I got for you. So if you're interested in seeing more days in the life, subscribe. I think these are my highest performing videos, so I'll probably go back to these for a while, and it just kind of helps me. But if you want short-term content, or short form content, go to my TikTok or my Instagram, all linked below.